Expansion in you. Expanding the person, expanding the being. All life starts from a point and then moves forward. Moving forward should mean growing and therefore expanding. Many people don't see the moving forward and expanding part. They often get caught in the trap of just surviving. If you are caught in this paradigm, then you need to shift your paradigm, shift your thinking pattern, and start to live again. No matter what your circumstances are, you need to ensure that you manage your life and therefore yourself in an ever-increasing expansion. Expansion. When we talk about expansion, we mean the expansion of you, expanding your feelings, expanding your skills, expanding your knowledge, expanding your application of useful knowledge, expanding your vision into the future. In this video, we will cover the following. 1. Expansion of feelings and awareness. 2. Expanding your knowledge. 3. Expansion of your skills. 4. Most importantly, expanding your application of usable technologies. Expansion of feelings and awareness. If you sit in a room on your own and you place your attention on you sitting in the room, close off all other thoughts and just become aware of you sitting in the room. You should then be able to feel your own presence and feel that you are alone and that you are sitting down alone. This is an awareness level. Now increase your feelings and awareness to the entire room. Feel that your presence has taken up the space of that room. You have filled up the space of that room just by thinking about it. You've expanded just a little bit. In so doing, you've increased your awareness. Increased your awareness and your sense of being to engulf the entire room. You are emanating a frequency within you, around you, and now you have expanded it larger into the entire room. This may initially just feel like pure thought to you and nothing else, but it really is you expanding your awareness outward. You are emitting your power further out into the room. It is not woo-woo. It is simply that your thoughts have allowed a frequency to be emitted from you, and therefore you have taken up more space. Why do you want to expand? Why do you want to feel or take up more space? This is because when you feel that you are taking up a very small amount of space, then you literally feel small. You feel insignificant. You've heard the saying, when someone insults you or criticizes you, then they make you feel small. This is really true. They take away some of your power or confidence, and they shrink your awareness. You therefore feel smaller than you did previously. So it is natural to want to take up more space, because then you are getting in tune with your environment. You are landing, so to speak. You are placing a platform down around you, and you are becoming more stable in that space. This brings on confidence, and this allows you to communicate with this space. You will then start to feel more comfortable in this area or in this space. You've probably heard the saying, make it yours or get comfortable. Well, that is what you are doing. Once you are established and feeling confident in a place or space, then you can start to go into action and perform a task, do something constructive. It is only when you feel comfortable that you become truly productive. Let us get something straight here. This is not esoteric. It's not being magical, but rather how it really is. The point is, hypothetically, if I was to just throw you in a room and expect you to write a book, draw a picture, make a meal, whatever it is you create, or your speciality that you can do, you would not perform optimally in a new, unaccustomed space. You would first need to look around at your environment and observe where you are. You would need a short amount of time to know where things are. This is you becoming aware of your space. This is you landing in the new environment. So by you sitting in a room and being aware of just you and the chair, then you, the chair and the room, and then you, the chair, the room, and the building, then you are emitting out your frequency and expanding into this new space. You have become settled into the new space, and the more settled you are, then the more you would feel at home and be able to perform whatever you are there to perform. This is you expanding into the space. The more you do this, wherever you are, then the better you will be able to work, to play, to produce, and therefore be successful. We often don't understand how we work as an energy unit. You are an energy unit running a body in an electric environment. This is just one step in awareness and therefore your feelings. When you control your awareness, then you control your feelings. With this understanding, you will then be able to adapt to any area, new or known by you, so much easier, and you will therefore be in control of new spaces or sync with known spaces. Summary. With this information, you will be able to settle into spaces so much faster and get into action and become productive almost instantaneous. Expanding your knowledge. This means that you need to read, study, research, and trial and test things. Another way of putting this is you need to live your life. Go out, have fun, but more importantly, learn, and then learn some more. This is how you grow. Just make sure that whatever you learn should be put to good use so that you enhance yourself and/or your environment. It all starts with knowledge. You do require yourself to read and research things to enhance you. Start to make this a hobby. If you are not doing this already, then figure out how to implement this into your life, because it is something that should be a daily, normal activity. You will expand and grow, and that is how it is on the road to success and being productive. I've been doing this, learning and investigating things for years and could not think of any other way to spend my time. But I do realize that if this is not yet your norm, then it will take some management skills on your behalf to change your way of thinking. What I can say is that after you implement the knowledge that you have attained, and it becomes so much fun, And I'm not just saying it to try to convince you. I'm saying it because it motivates me, especially when I look back and see what I've accomplished over time. It really feels good. You really do turn the impossible into possible. Expansion of your skills. This is, of course, different from expanding your knowledge. However, the two are very much linked. You ideally need knowledge to get started before you apply things practically. In other words, before you use a new power drill for skill, you should read up on it for your knowledge. Then, when you start to handle the power drill, you know something about it. Nevertheless, you will need to practically handle something by picking it up, holding it, and testing the buttons and whatever else it is made out of. This is, of course, not just dealing with handheld tools, but would apply to using software on a computer. The point is that you will need to set aside time to practice new things and check that you are familiar with them. Therefore, schedule time to read up on something and then spend some time using the system or device or tool. When you recognize that you need practice time and then you actually put aside the time for that practice, then you will be able to bring your skill level up. In other words, expand your skill level. It is another must in your life so that you can become or remain successful and therefore productive. Most importantly, expanding your application of usable technologies. The skilling up and getting the knowledge is the beginning of improving yourself and therefore your life. This is an essential part of the learning process. A very big weakness is then never following through with the application of these new technologies. If you fall into this trap, then you are really just wasting your time. People that do not implement and use their newly found skills and knowledge will never be able to expand from what they have just researched and investigated. Make implementing and applying part of the journey. Once you are into this methodology, you get to experience the thrust that each technology or system or tool that you have just obtained can then do for you. When I look back over the systems that I've implemented, then I get to acknowledge the good that I've done for myself. It is a self-gratifying moment when you see how you have improved yourself. It often comes at a great cost of your time and effort, but the payoffs are priceless. So make sure that you take the time to thank yourself and pause for a moment when you see what you have achieved. When you have implemented a new tool or system, because you will then have that advantage in your life forever. Now that is expansion. But what are these systems and how can you get to use them? These systems are explained on this channel. You will see them in the playlists. So pick a playlist that interests you and you will see how you can start the journey of expansion for you and your life. If you are not familiar with this channel, then at the very least watch the story so far. This gives you an introduction of what you can do to start to implement a successful life or business system into your life. Whatever you do, at least take one step forward to improve you. It then makes life worth living. Here is a list of video playlists where you can see how to take your next step in improving yourself and therefore growing and expanding further in your life and or business. 1. Self-improvement. 2. Solving challenges or issues in your life. 3. Organizing you and your business. 4. Deprogramming and reprogramming you. I hope this gives you some positive direction to build you up in your life towards success and production. If you did get some inspiration, then please give this a thumbs up or suggest it to a friend or colleague. Also, consider subscribing so that you are kept in the loop for new videos being released. I wish you great expansion and success going forward. Best wishes, lots of healing.